Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rumbling coherently into a microphone. Why? Just because I can, and I continue with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Transport online, destination Sith base. Water pump analysis. Commander Hasek, in regards to the system in place to cycle water from the ocean to the thermal heaters, what were you thinking? What made you put an airlock mechanism on the only path to the north side of the base? Now everyone has to know how to cycle the water out of one room and into the adjoining one for each of the 3 rooms in sequence without accidentally flooding the room they're in. We lost 7 troopers just this week. Next time I'm in there, you better show me how to do it properly. Can't afford to lose any more of my aides while trying to get to the Selkath. Adjutant. Sorry sir, but we had to change the pump mechanism since one of the fish people swam into one of the intakes outside. The external flow control pushed the water into the chambers north and south only now. The flow controls on the inside wall switches the water between sides east and west. The trick now is to push the water into the north and south extremes, then switch the water east-west and walk through. The meters by the flow control show if there is water in the adjacent room. We have also installed life form detection sensors, so there shouldn't be any more aid problems. We're trying to get the system passed as quickly as possible, sir, but the Selkath authorities monitoring our base have made this more difficult. Okay, so there's a set of pressure doors that leads further from here, but can I maybe hack one of the terminals? I can't. I will be back to here, because it's clear this is the path to deeper into the base. So instead of going there,
You there. I don't recognize you. How did you get in here?
Well, to be honest, doesn't really matter. I think you're going to die. I don't have to tell you.
I don't recognize you, and I know every Sith on this planet. We'll get to the bottom of this. Commander Gran, report to the security desk immediately. You authorized this person to enter. I don't know them, and their identification doesn't match up. They're spies.
What? Sound the alarm! Droids, destroy them!
Nerve enhancement package. What's that? Immunity mind affecting. Okay, I don't really care. This is the main entrance. There's no terminal that I could hack here. Okay, I can repair the droid, I guess. I have a lot of parts. And that gives me experience, so... Wow, 1,000 experience points. Quite a lot.
Yes? Sure.
Okay, I think this is the droid that the Republic are looking for.
What?
Okay, that looks kinda deadly.
Yes? Huh? Wait.
Mm, 7 spikes, that's pretty expensive. Oh, so you're telling me I should have disabled that.
Warning.
way.
Not sure what's up with the desk, but I can't loot it. Selkath apprentice. So it seems the Sith have been possibly training the Selkath as Dark Jedi. Intruders! Should we sound the alarm, Sasha? No, wait. We cannot always be running to the Masters for help. We should handle this on our own. Perhaps this is the test that the Sith have prepared for us. What are you doing here? Only Masters and apprentices are allowed in here. I am Naverdrol. Shaelas has sent me to investigate the disappearances of young Selkath. I told you your father would get suspicious, Sasha. He always hated the Sith. My father doesn't understand. He's blinded by his own prejudice. The Sith are teaching us mastery of the Force. Our alliance with the Sith will bring strength to Manan and the Selkath people. The Sith are evil. What they told you was a lie. Republic propaganda. The Sith are victims of lies and half-truth. They are not monsters, not more so than the Republic. The Sith have promised to guide us in the use of the Force, and as a sign of their good faith, and once the Republic is defeated, the Sith have promised to withdraw from Manan and respect our independence. Well, if the Republic is defeated, the Sith will enslave your planet. Spare us your lies. The Sith have treated us with nothing but respect and honor. You speak as if we are prisoners here, but we can leave whenever we wish. Our friend Gallas had chosen to leave. He was returned safely. What if they speak the truth? Remember what happened at Taris? Taris is nothing but a Republic lie. If the Sith are such monsters, then prove it to us. Surely there must be some evidence of the horrors that they commit. Well, the Sith are evil. They only want Manan's kotor. So you say, but why should we believe you? We need physical proof, not words of some Republic sympathizer. Give me some time and I will find proof that the Sith are evil. I think we should give them a chance to prove themselves. We will not report your presence to our Sith Masters yet. If you bring us proof of the Sith lies and torture, we will return to our families and report this to the Ahto City authorities. Until then, we shall stay here and continue our training in the ways of the Force. to be honest, it's kind of ridiculous that they've already slaughtered like half of the base, and some of their own countrymen and possibly their colleagues who are currently trying to kill me. So you know, that's kind of problematic. Tell Sasha, the Sith. The tortured Selkath was holding some sort of a token. To be honest, they've killed those other Selkath just a room away. It should be pretty easy to just show the ones who remain this room with the tortured, mutilated bodies. The Sith have treated us with respect and honor. You must bring us proof before we will believe the accusations of cruelty that you make against them. If what you say about the Sith is true, prove it. Until then, we have no evidence of the crimes that you accuse them of. What have you brought back to back up your accusations? Have you found proof that the Sith are evil as you claim? I found a Selkath dying from torture here, gave me this. Sasha, this is the pin I gave Gallas when we were children. There is blood on it. You could have found this anywhere. For all we know, you killed Gallas. The Sith tortured him to death, Sasha. You know it's true. I believe them. How else would they have found this pin? I didn't want to believe it, but I can deny it no longer what I know to be true. Gallas is dead and the Sith are responsible. I must apologize for doubting you. The Sith truly are as evil as you have claimed. We must report on this to the Ahto City authorities. Yes, we must report this at once. We thank you, human, for showing us the truth. You have saved us from a terrible mistake.
Just be careful with those gifts you've already learned. Beware the dark side, or you may end up betraying your world regardless.
Quickly, my friends, we must stay here no longer. We must flee this foul embassy and warn our people against the plot to corrupt Manan youth.
How did you get in here? Wait, I recognize you. Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Taris alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
Well, let me guess. You intend to collect this reward, right?
Master, give us the honor of aiding you in destroying the enemy of the Sith.
See? What did I tell you?
As you wish, my eager apprentices. We shall remove this thorn from Malak's side once and for all.
Selkath Youth Goal. But where is it? These appear to be the personal notes of the Dark Jedi Master in charge of the Sith base on Manaan. It seems that this Sith have been trying to turn impersonable young Selkath over to the dark side. After reading the lengthy progress reports on this topic, it seems that their final plan is to use those young Selkath to overthrow the current government and install a puppet government that the Sith would dominate. Okay, I don't really need that evidence, at least not for them. They might be useful for the Sith, for the Selkath authorities overall.
Huh? Yes?
And you need?
What? Yes? Huh? What?
You there, human. You're placed under arrest of the Ahto City civil authority. I have done nothing wrong. Though the Sith embassy is considered sovereign territory of the Sith Empire, we've been monitoring an alarming number of weapon discharges and detonations from within the base. Inquiries to the staff yielded no response. It would seem the contact had been cut. Our cameras recorded you entering the base shortly before the contact was lost, and fighting apparently began. In conclusion, you are responsible for the disturbance here, and you are hereby placed under arrest. You will come with us to await your trial. As material witnesses, the individuals who accompany you will also be detained at your vessel, and the vessel itself prohibited from leaving Manaan. We will leave now. Do not attempt to resist, or we will resort to overwhelming force. Hello, human. I am called Boalas, and I have been elected as your arbiter for the duration of your trial. What have I been charged with? You have been charged with initiating violence within the Sith Embassy, murdering members of the Ambassadorial Commission of the Sith Empire, and disregarding our laws regarding violence in Ahto City. What can I do? I would first like to ask you a few questions regarding the events that led to your arrest. I have already been given all the relevant data on your companions, so that can be disregarded. For what reason did you enter the Sith Embassy? Well, I did have authorization to enter, although only because of espionage, so that's hardly, I had sort of illegitimately gained authorization. I broke in. Illegal acts seem to be common occurrence among your off-worlders. I am not terribly surprised by your actions, but the judges will want to hear a little more convincing of reason. What is your prior association with the Sith? Well, I'm on the mission to stop them from taking over the galaxy. The Sith are an expansionistic power, true, and at war with the Republic. You may make it your personal mission to foil them, but the authorities take a dim view of it taking place here. I think you will need a more thorough explanation in order to convince the judges. This should be all the information I require of you for now. If you wish, we can begin the trial whenever you're ready. Don't you need to ask more questions? I have all the information I need. We should proceed now. The judges are waiting. How can you expect to defend me without getting more information? I think the trial is relatively straightforward. It should be obvious to the judges what had transpired. Well, I think I'd rather represent myself, to be honest. That is, you're right, but I strongly recommend against it. I am versed in all the necessary particulars of the case and the Selkath law. You would do well to heed my advice. Well, I'll represent myself. You off-worlders are not known for your mental prowess. I shall leave your demise up to you. While your high standing among the off-worlders may bring you some leniency from them, being a successful swoop riders bring you no credit here, human. You stand accused of the grievous murder of many Sith and extensive property damage to their embassy here. How do you plead? Not guilty. Let the record show that the trial has commenced. Presiding are judges Selkath, Josa, Nicholson, Kotor, and Dula. This trial is to determine the culpability of banishment of this individual in the recent assault on the Sith Embassy. Given the severity of the trial, we can dispense with the normal formalities of the court and proceed directly. You have pleaded not guilty, yet there were reports of weapon fire and detonations from within the Sith Embassy. You were seen entering and leaving the embassy. The Sith have not conferred with the authorities about this matter, but from all available evidence, it would seem that you are the source of the disturbance. What is your explanation for being in the Sith Embassy? I was investigating the disappearances of young Selkath. You believe that the Sith had something to do with those disappearances. The off-worlder had probably taken a listening to Sha'elas and his rumor-mongering. Most likely. Do you have any proof to back up your assumptions, human? Have the Sith been implicated? I have this datapad as proof that the Sith are up to no good. Let it be noted that the court had taken this new evidence into consideration. This is most disturbing. The court will adjourn for a brief period to verify this evidence and discuss its importance. We have verified that this is indeed a Sith datapad, indicating their complicity in the plot to overthrow the lawful government of Manaan. In gratitude for having discovered this heinous offense, all charges against you regarding the incidents will be dropped. Pending a suitable penalty against the Sith, their embassy is considered off-limit to all Ahto City security personnel. No calls or incidents from their base will be attended to until this matter is dealt with, as they are no longer the subject of protection to the protection of the Selkath law. You have been found innocent and may leave as you desire. This trial is now over. Okay, and having done that, I think I might commence with Sunry's trial as well.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial.
Well, I have this recording showing Sunry killing Elasa.
Lies! It must be! I knew the Sith would never let a Republic hero get away. You must find Sunry innocent.
Well, he might not be so innocent as you think.
This is all a plot to discredit the Republic.
It's possible.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask.
Jolie, coming to check in on an old man?
Soon, old friend.
Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls.
I have a few things to clear up.
Go ahead, ask.
I know you're guilty, Sunry. I've got this Republic's data recording.
So the truth is out. I never meant to kill her, you know. When I found out she was a Sith spy using me to gain information, that something inside me just snapped. She didn't know I had found out. So I waited until she fell asleep. And then I killed her. Simple, really. But once I realized what I'd done, I panicked. I contacted those spies from the Republic to help me. I found the illegal monitoring device that the Sith had planted in the room, altered its recording to hide my part in it, and cleared up the evidence. I figured that was the end of it.
But the Sith found out the truth, didn't they?
The Sith must have been spying on me and Alasa, trying to make sure she wasn't a double agent. They must have seen the Republic spies getting rid of all the evidence. So they planted their own evidence. Alasa must have stolen that hero's cross from me long ago and given it to her Sith Masters like some kind of trophy. I just thought I'd misplaced it. But when the cross turned up on her body, I knew the Sith had put it there. So, now you know the whole story. What are you going to do?
Well, I think this is a very cool quest. This is probably one of the coolest quests in the entirety of the game for me, because this is a very straightforward game as far as morality is concerned, but this is one of the most grey stories in the game, because you've been conditioned so far to view the Republic as, you know, unquestionable good guys in this conflict. So you're sort of invested in helping defend this guy against the Sith, because obviously the Sith are omnicidal maniacs. But then it turns out he is actually guilty. He did actually murder her. And, you know, there's this whole political side of it where the Republic knew that he did that, and they deliberately hid the evidence, because obviously they don't want the restrictions on kotor imports that would likely result from them being implicated in this. So I think this is a really cool quest. And then obviously you also have the additional dilemma of, do you treat your role in this strictly as a defender? Because if so, there is enough justifiable doubt in this case to sort of to render a straightforward guilty verdict improbable. You can successfully defend him even if you know he's guilty, and you know, maybe you should as his defender. But I personally see myself more, you know, I am not a lawyer, I am not his attorney. I see myself more as someone who's trying to uncover the actual truth, and the actual truth is that A, he did it, and B, the Republic hid the evidence. And I think both of those things are wrong, because just because the Sith are your enemy doesn't mean you can murder them on neutral ground. And obviously the Republic concealing the evidence of this crime is some pretty serious corruption, and I think that represents a moral evil, and I have a duty to uncover that. So you're guilty, Sunry, confess.
You think I'm some kind of monster, don't you? All I did was kill a Sith. How many Sith have you killed? Dozens? Hundreds? Thousands?
That's different, Sunry, and you know it. We don't kill them in cold blood while they sleep.
I don't see how the two of us are any different. She was a spy. She was using me to get information so Malak's army could destroy the Republic. She deserved his eye.
Well, killing your lover while she sleeps is murder, even if she's a Sith.
If I confess, I'm looking at 20 years in prison. And the Ahto City officials might even place kotor sanctions on the Republic Embassy. Without kotor, how can we treat the injuries to our soldiers on the front lines?
Well, these are just excuses, Sunry. We both know that you have to own up to your own crimes.
No, I can't do that. And put the Republic's supply of kotor in danger. No, I won't. Look, I may have done something stupid. And it may only be worse for my standing by it, but I will not confess. If you turn me in, the Republic will likely lose its kotor export privileges, and then we'll lose the war for sure. Are you going to send all those thousands, millions like Taris to their deaths just for your sense of justice?
Sunry, this is wrong and you know it. I am a Jedi. What is it that you expect me to do to defend your actions?
You do whatever you have to, Jolie. I know what I did, but I also know what's at stake here. No, I'll rot in here if I have to. I won't betray the Republic. Do what you have to, but know what the consequences will be.
As I said, this is a really cool quest because of the overarching consequences of what you do. And like the interpolitical sort of ramifications. Because if you are, a utilitarian would say it's straight up wrong to it's straight up wrong to convict him specifically because of what he said. Possibly thousands of people will die if the Republic gets saddled with kotor sanctions, because that's essentially medicine, right? But I don't believe in that being relevant, because I am not a utilitarian. I believe in truth. I think truth has an inherent value, and I do believe in justice. And it is wrong. It's wrong what he did, and it is wrong for the Republic to conceal that. And I think I have a duty to state that as wrong, as I see it, to uncover the truth as it is. The consequences are on the Republic in the first place. Why would they, to be honest, maybe if they didn't conceal it, they could actually exculpate themselves, as a state. Because they could have said he's just a rogue agent. They didn't order him to kill her, but they deliberately made themselves involved and helped him escape justice. And that's super wrong and super corrupt, and I think it should be stopped. What is it that I can do for you now? Well, I want to start the trial. Are you certain, human? Once the trial has begun, it cannot be stopped. And once judgment is given, the case can never be reopened. You must be certain your investigations are complete before you request a trial. This is the role of the arbiter. Are you certain you wish to begin the trial now? Yes, let's do it. Very well, human. I shall advise the court and we will begin immediately. Let the record show that this is the trial of Sunry versus Ahto City authorities. Presenting judges are Selkath, Josa, Nicholson, Kotor, and Dula. This trial is to determine the culpability of Sunry in the death of the Sith Master. Representing Sunry in his defense is a member of the Jedi Order. Do you have any opening statements? Well, Sunry is guilty of the murder. I have this recording as proof. Now, again, as far as being his attorney is concerned, this is a terrible job, because you're not supposed to, even if your client is guilty, that's for the prosecution to prove. You're not supposed to just come out and say it. But again, I don't see myself as a lawyer in this case. Sunry is guilty of murder. I have recording as proof. A recording. Let this new evidence be entered into the records. This new evidence is most convincing. It seems to be. This shortens the trial considerably. In light of this new evidence, there is no need to proceed with the witnesses or cross-examinations. The court hereby found Sunry guilty of murder of the Sith Alasa. In accordance with the Selkath law, the prescribed punishment for murder is death. The verdict has been delivered and the trial is now over.
This is why we Mandalorians don't have courts. We prefer to settle things with trial by combat.
Remove the guilty party from this courtroom.
No!
To be honest, that's pretty weird. It's pretty weird that the fact that the Republic has been sitting on evidence has not been brought up. Like, I feel like that's pretty crucial. That's a pretty crucial piece of information that the game just disregarded. Like, a reasonable, reasonable member of the prosecution, not to mention the judge, the judge himself, would probably ask, where and how did they obtain the evidence? So yeah, that's all in all pretty weird. But still, that's a cool quest. I think that's one of the coolest quests in game. Actually, where is... Okay, this is where the Sith Embassy is. But where is the Republic Embassy? I was under the impression it's here, but apparently I was wrong. Oh, it's over here actually, opposite the hotel. Actually, I was supposed to talk with this guy alone. You return. Was our business unfinished when you last spoke? Senny Vek gave me a message to you. Senny did not think he would come, but I knew better, Navadro. It is good that you have come alone, for even if you came with others, I would not speak to you of these things. I am Hulas of the Genohedran, a secret society of bounty hunters. For 1,000 generations we have existed, but always hidden beneath an impenetrable veil. I've never heard of you. Few have ever have. We are a shadow, darkness and night. We are less than a whisper or a thought. We have managed to keep our existence a secret for longer than most could ever imagine. If you are ever foolish enough to tell anyone of this meeting, or the Genohedran's existence, they would not believe you. They would probably think you are paranoid or mentally unstable. Not even those the closest to you can know that we approached you. If you ever speak to me around your companions, I will not discuss this. Do you understand? I understand. I believe you speak the truth, but remember this. If you ever betray us, the opportunity will be lost forever. Few among the galaxy has ever heard of the Genohedran. They never see us, never know we are there. They do not even know we exist. If you do not follow our rules, we will vanish and you will be like all the others. You will never see us again. We will be nothing but a figment of your imagination. If you swear to keep the secrets of our order, you will learn of forbidden society, known only to a handful throughout the galaxy. Well, to be honest, that sounds like a Dark Brotherhood kind of assassination order, so I would rather... No. No. I actually changed my mind. I don't want to be part of this. As you wish. This is the last you will ever see of me, or any of the Genohedran. Farewell. Yeah, that seems like something more suited to, a dark side character. Although, wait. I do need to... Damn it. I'm sorry. I'm really unorganized, but I do need to speak to the guy. You know, Sasha's father. I do believe he's here. Or is he? Actually, no. Because this is where the swoop races are. And the cantina is, I think, on the other side. Human, you return. Have you information for me? Well, I have information for you. Excellent, you have done well. What have you learned? The Sith are training the Selkath youth in the ways of the Dark Jedi. This makes sense. It is a wonder I did not see this before. Manan's greatest strength is our neutrality. If Malak brainwashes our youth and indoctrinates them in the way of the Sith, they will have a strong following among the Selkath people, strong enough to seize control of Manan and our kotor. My daughter, Sasha, she too has been indoctrinated into the Sith camp? I've convinced your daughter to turn her back on the Sith ways. Human, if you speak the truth, then I am forever in your debt, and yet my joy is tempered by the knowledge that the Sith still walk freely about Manan. Hopefully the testimony of my daughter will be strong enough proof of their action to make Ahto City authorities take action. I hope so. You have done much for me, human. Here are the credits I promised you. I only wish I had more to give. Keep your credits. A Jedi has no need of such rewards. You refuse rewards? Truly, you humans are a noble breed. Perhaps my species have underestimated your kind.
Generous of you. A little too generous, if you ask me.
Hey, kid. That was a good thing you did there. Almost brought a tear to this old man's eye.
Please excuse me now, human. I must speak to the Manan authorities about the Sith plot and what they have done to my beloved daughter. Okay, I don't think I have anything to report to you. I'm still looking into it.
Have you managed to retrieve the data from our droid in the Sith base?
Yes, here it is.
Excellent. It does not appear to have been tampered with, so the Sith did not manage to copy its contents yet. And now for your information. We are not supposed to speak of this, but since you are a Jedi and we have exhausted all the other options, I think I can entrust you with this. As you know, the Republic is fighting for its very existence against the evil of the Sith Empire. As you also undoubtedly know, we're doing very poorly. We need much in the way of supplies and material to stem the tide of battle and bring us victory. Manan is the sole source of kolto, the most powerful medical substance in the galaxy. Frankly, we need as much of it as we can get.
What has the Republic done?
The Selkath conservatives, with their neutrality treaties, seek to treat the Sith and the Republic equally. This includes kolto exports, but a few more far-sighted Selkath see that if the Sith are ever allowed to win, the galaxy will be plunged into darkness, and there would be nothing to stop them from taking Manan anyway, so we made a deal.
You violated the treaty?
Shh, not so loud. Yes, it is a technical violation of the treaty, but it is sanctioned by elements of the Selkath government. We need only to keep it hidden from the Sith. We recently began construction of a secret underground facility to harvest kolto directly at its source. We also hope to one day be able to synthesize it effectively. Current techniques are insufficient for the task, so we must mine it for now. The amount we take would hardly be noticed, since most is lost naturally before it reaches the surface anyway. We were nearing completion of the base when the digging teams reported some sort of obstruction. An ancient building or artifact, possibly your star map. Transmissions from the base were cut off abruptly after that, and we haven't heard from the station since.
What happened down there?
We don't know. We just don't know. As you may have noticed, we're hiring a lot of mercenaries around here. Ostensibly, they're to be shipped off-world to aid in our fight against the Sith, but they're really for another purpose. When we lost contact with the station in the Rackard Rift, we sent our contingent of Republic soldiers down to investigate. None returned. We've tried hiring mercenaries and sending them down as well, but none of those expeditions have returned either. The reason we really sent that droid underwater, and the reason we needed its data back so badly, was to find out what happened to the Rackard Rift station. But now that we have the data back, our operation is in no danger of exposure to the Sith. And now I must live up to my end of the bargain.
What will you do for me?
I took the liberty of having a submarine prepared for your departure. Merely use this card to get past the door behind our Kolto packing room and enter the sub they're in. It has been programmed to take you down to the station, and also to take you back up should you need something. I would send soldiers to assist you, but we've lost many of ours, and nearly exhausted the mercenary population of this planet. The soldiers we have are barely enough to keep this base secure. The Sith have also noted our interest, and begun to bribe mercenaries away from us. Please, find out what happened to the facility. There may be some survivors left down there. Perhaps even the head scientist, Kono Nolan. Good luck in your efforts.
Excuse me while I betray my government and tell state secrets to the Selkath, which, to be honest, I don't remember if that ever gets like elaborated upon. But again, that's some pretty sort of important stuff, you know, high treason and all that. So if it isn't elaborated upon, it's actually a little weird. But I will tell the guy why the Republic is hiring mercenaries. Maybe I'll sugarcoat it a little bit, or maybe not, just to see what's going to happen. Because to be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember what happens if you tell him. But again, this is high treason, technically speaking. And it's also high treason for the elements of his own government. Have you news for me? Yes, they're sending them down to a secret base at Rackard Rift. It is as I feared. Though the Republic is fortunate I was the one assigned to investigate the case. Human, allow me to be blunt with you. If I report this violation to my superiors, the Republic will be banned from Manaan, but I do not wish to do this. I see the Sith for what they truly are, ruthless and evil. The Republic has always respected our independence, but if they fall, the Sith will be quick to send an invasion fleet to conquer Manaan. I cannot simply ignore what the Republic had done. The Rackard Rift is the source of Manaan's kotor, and I fear the science station may damage the production of the delicate resource.
You think the Republic is trying to steal the kotor, perhaps? An odd thing for the Republic to do, no?
You must tell the Republic to stop this madness at once. Make them shut down the facility and recall their people before they do something we all regret. They can't. The Republic has lost contact with the science facility. Of course, I should have realized. Doubtless they were hiring mercenaries to investigate the situation, but I fear mercenaries alone may not be enough to save the station. There are ancient mysteries within the Rackard Rift that even we Selkath do not comprehend. I fear the Republic has awakened something that was best left undisturbed. Well, it sounds like you know more than you're telling me. Had I any information, human, I would share it with you willingly. You had done the right thing informing me of this, but I must ask something more of you. I fear the mercenaries will not find the answers the Republic is looking for. They prefer blasters to brains. But you have shown yourself to be resourceful. Perhaps you could succeed when others have failed. Investigate this facility, human, and I promise to keep my silence so that the vile Sith do not gain from the Republic's foolishness. I only hope that my silence does not lead to disaster for Manaan. Here is the payment I promised you, and now I must take my leave. My superiors are expecting a full report for me, and there is much that I must ensure, and there is much I must do to ensure they cannot uncover the Republic's actions. Okay, so to be honest, I see that as kind of a cop-out, because it turns out this guy is also corrupt, and also engaged in technically treason by not reporting it. But I think it would be much more interesting if he actually, you know, was a hardliner, Selkath, isolationist, neutral kind of guy who supports the neutrality stance, and then, you know, it would be this colossal decision of do you follow the lands of this land, the laws of this land that you have arrived into, even at the cost of, you know, the Republic's war goals. Whereas here, it's kind of, as I said, it seems a little bit like a cop-out, because I get to tell him and get rewarded, but he still doesn't report it. So, you know, the Republic's ass is covered. This submersible can be used to descend to the deep ocean Harkage research station. Well, there's some bodies lying around, which is probably not a good sign for the Republic. But I will investigate this base next time, because this has been long enough. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.